Hey, everybody, and welcome to a totally non-exploitative wild ride with Steve-O. We've got Jess Margera, and yes, there were some things that we needed to talk about, which he has not talked about since they happened, and we talk about them in a healthy and loving way. And honestly, I don't even mind about it. Like, it's the farthest thing from my mind with the day that I had today, which is besides the point. But Jess Margera and CKY are on tour in Australia this month. Get your tickets at CKYofficial.com. And man, this one's a wild ride. And my day today was really, really heavy. So let's get into it. Do you consider CKY a hardcore band?
I don't know what we are, man. And neither does anyone else, it seems like. We played like the metal stage, the rock stage, the punk stage, the hardcore stage at every festival. They just throw us wherever.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you consider your title? Musician, but let's be a little more colorful than that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a drummer. That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of the universe, I bring to you a drummer.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, dude. Jess Margera.
Yes.
And of course, I had you meet at a guitar shop.
Yeah. Dude, I love it, man. It was easy, and it's our honor to make it convenient for our guests by bringing the studio to them.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I'm sorry I canceled the last time.
Yeah, dude, I was kind of butthurt.
Yeah, we were a little bummed.
I just got back from Europe, and we got this like Euro virus, man, and I was like dead meat. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good, man. So, so what brings you to Nashville?
Well, I had to drop off Shipbird. He's in West Virginia now, so it was on the way.
Okay,
and I was like, I'll pop down and meet up with Steve-O.
Yeah, dude, I love it. When's the last time we saw each other?
Dude, a while ago. Probably at that Philly gig.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's sick, dude. And you're just dropping off Shipbird. Is there CKY activity?
Yeah, I might pop over to Chad's. He lives not far from here, and check out. Like, we have a ton of new songs in the can. And
yeah, I was just on the phone with your mom, Abe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She was telling me that you have a ton of new CKY music and that it's great.
Yeah, we dropped one song a month or two ago, and I think Chad's prepping the second one. I guess we're just releasing songs at a time now.
That's kind of how they do it these days.
Yeah, I mean, no one has the attention span to listen to 40 minutes of music, myself included.
Yeah.
Yeah. 26 years of being in CKY.
I know, dude. It's crazy. It feels like it.
Now,
I'd like to say, oh, it flew by. No.
Wait, but okay. So if you go on the Wikipedia for CKY, is it like 26 years ago to present, or will it be like up to this point, and then they weren't active, and then they were active again?
Yeah, the last time I was on there, it like starts off like East High School in Westchester. You know, the beginnings of the band when we weren't even called CKY yet. But.
Right, but they just have like dates active.
Yeah,
like what I'm getting
the
at.
hiatus.
Yeah, I know that there was some heavy turmoil.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And like I was like preparing, and I asked these guys. I was like, "How's this for a question? Is it Darren or Duran? And either way, is it fuck that guy?"
I mean, honestly, we've been doing it longer without our first singer, longer than he was in the band, you know?
Right. And I mean, not to be like, cruel. I was just being silly, but like, he had some pretty serious issues, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to him in ages, but yeah, I mean, the last time I talked to him, like, it was bonkers, you know?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, really gnarly. So I don't want to, like, I was just being silly, guys.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong with Darren or Duran. He went on to join other bands, right? Because if I remember correctly, he was still performing some CKY songs with different
Well, I know he started this band called World Under Blood. It was like a death metal band, and that's the last thing I kind of knew about. I kind of checked out of that hotel.
Yeah, because I remember seeing some sort of something about like he was they were playing like 96 Quite Bitter Beings.
Oh,
like,
I have no idea.
Yeah, okay. Because I was gonna ask you like how you guys felt about that.
Yeah, I don't really keep track, but yeah, I mean, me and Chad just got back together in 2016. It was like a Ryan Dunn benefit concert that the Mushroom Head guys were putting together. Like, Ryan's originally from Cleveland, so I was at the Agora, and he was tight with all those guys. He even had a label with one of the Mushroom Head guys, and they put out like a Meshuggah record and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But how do you say no to that? So I called up Chad and I was like, "Yo, man, let's do it again." And
how long had it been at that point?
Oh man, at least 6 years probably. Yeah.
Wow, so there was a 6-year hiatus.
Yeah. I went off and did the Company band. I started a band with Neil Fallon from Clutch and Jim Rhoda from Fireball Ministry and Brad Davis from Fu Manchu. And that was like, CKY's done. I'm just sitting on my porch. I had some beer courage and I just like, I'm going to call all my heroes and, hey, let's jam, guys. And I didn't expect them to be like, yeah, cool, when?
That's sick.
So, yeah, I did 3 records with them, and that was fun. And then, that can only last so long, I guess, like 4 dudes in major bands all with the schedule coming together is not possible.
I mean, there's a lot of super groups out there, though, that make it work.
Yeah, I mean, that was so much fun because, honestly, it was so I'm not worthy moment. It was literally, who's my favorite rock bass player? Brad Davis. Who's my favorite rock bands right now? Fireball Ministry, Clutch. I'm like, hey guys. And, we all our first jam was after Bam and Missy's wedding.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, we were all there for that, and then it was like, all right, let's jam.
Vinny here had an epic question. Who came up with the name CKY?
So like back in the 90s, like we always, when we were filming the videos, and that wasn't called CKY yet either, but we were like big fans of like really cheesy horror movies, and we wanted to like film this cheesy horror flick, like low budget, almost laughably low budget, and we never got around to it because back then, I mean, just film alone was like, 150 grand or something.
Right.
We couldn't afford that. So we just ended up calling the band Camp Kill Yourself, and then CKY eventually, and then the videos, which they have nothing to do with each other, honestly, but it made sense to us because we would just film random skits all day and then jam music at night. So
if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying that Camp Kill Yourself was the working title for a horror movie that you intended to film.
Yeah, just a basic, you go camping and then you just get picked off one by one. Just one of those.
Well, right, because like Friday the 13th takes place at a summer camp.
Right.
Right? So it's like, all right. And,
I mean, that's like the standard like of horror films,
Sure.
Yeah.
And you've got like, it's really like Bam kind of leading the charge with the making the videos and filming the skits. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, meeting Rake and Dico and Ryan and when they all got involved, Rab. I just saw Rake and Rab at my mom's antique store in France.
Wow.
It was cool to run into them,
Yeah, I saw a crazy photo with Rake and Novak.
Novak was there. Yep. He's killing it, man. He's like, he's got like 4 or 5 like rehabs going.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the CKY videos are happening. The band is happening. They're both called Camp Kill Yourself.
Yeah.
And it all like just crazy blows up.
It's funny because the confusion actually kind of helped.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
This is like Google's isn't really out yet. It's not a quick search. So people were genuinely confused by like, what is it? Videos, a band, Dico put out a prank call album and they were like,
That was called CKY2?
Yeah, it was volume 2. And this is like the height of the Jerky Boys. And like, so some people knew like CKY as prank calls, and,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that does make sense that like it was confusing, but like these separate entities like fueled each other.
Yeah, it caused people to like research it and look into it and get into it and be a fan maybe a little more than a standard rock band or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was never any second guessing about the both things having the same name.
We didn't even put much thought into it at all. It just happened that way. Yeah.
Did my ranch hand Daniel over here? Did you have a question? Do you need to get on Vinny's lap?
Yeah, dude, come here, baby. Come here.
We've only got 3 mics. Yeah, dude.
Okay, so DiCamillo's like loud, obnoxious.
DiCamillo, right?
Yeah.
DiCamillo, I'm sorry.
It's
You
called
guys are
Dico.
murdering names today.
So Dico's like loud, obnoxious prank calls. Those were like some of my favorites.
Yeah.
Were you there in the house while
I
these?
recorded all of them.
You recorded them?
Yeah.
Wow.
He didn't know how to work a 4-track.
Are you in touch with Dico?
We email each other random Amazon Women on the Moon movie quotes. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Are you?
You know what? I am.
Yeah, because I remember you like played a clip he just filmed recently-ish.
Did I play a clip that he filmed? I don't know that I did that, but I can't even remember how we got in touch with him. But he came on the radar. Someone was like, "Oh, here, Dico wants you to have his number. Hit him up."
Yeah.
I hit him up. Like he always, either picks up or gets right back to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, there were a couple times that we were talking about like going to Philly and recording this podcast with him.
That'd be sick.
And he was like pretty into it, but like kind of, at the, like, not necessarily the last minute, but he was like, "Oh, actually, I can't do that." And I just don't have it in me to bug him about it because like I kind of get the sense that he just like he was all about it. We had a time, and then he was like, "Oh no, I can't do it." And I feel like if he's not comfortable with it, I don't want to pressure him.
Yeah, I know that's kind of the vibe too. Like, I'll run into Rake at Walgreens. Like Rab will just pop over every once in a while. All the guys kind of hang here and there. It's few and far between, but yeah, I never see Brandon anywhere. I don't even know what he's up to. I think he's got a couple kids now, and
and like it's just like whenever I speak with him on the phone, it's like unbelievably like positive and just like like I'm just like I just love the guy.
Yeah.
And I think that like my intuition tells me that it's better to like maybe just have a relationship with him that's not like, for the world to see.
Yeah, definitely. Same. If he wants to hang and go get coffee one time or whatever, like I'm down, but I'm not going to try and pressure him into making a new Narkill album or anything,
Right.
Dude, Wish would be epic. Dude. It'd be so sick.
Yeah, like, dude, there's been all these bands.
Yeah.
And
I know, I can't even keep track. Like you said, the Wikipedia page, like I saw the list of records I played on. I'm like, really? Is it that many? But yeah, man, there's something to really be said. Like I'm sure it's the same with you. Like when everything was going crazy all the time, you were just living it and no retrospect. But in hindsight now, it's like, you give Dico like a spatula and and he'll make a skit out of it, like put him in the woods with nothing. And
I'm so glad that you say that because my position, I'm sure I've said it on the podcast. I said it to Dico on the phone the last time we spoke. I genuinely feel that Dico has more natural talent than the rest of the entire Jackass cast put together.
Combined.
Just like just improv and coming up with stuff out of nothing. Yeah.
For sure.
And like
Pontius was good too.
Yeah,
Pontius
definitely.
was good too. As far as like being able to like make like just mesmerizing, compelling, hilarious, fascinating content, like just out of thin air. Where like for me, like I had to like really mess myself up. You know, like I couldn't just. I was so jealous of that.
Well, the best was like we'd call Dico when we needed like to shoot a music video, and you knew you know. We didn't have much of a budget. You knew you were going to get like some like high school play shit, you know? But that's what made it so good, you know? Like the Flesh and the Gear video, he just got cardboard and it was like castle towers. One tower had a hairy pussy, the other one had a bald pussy. And it's like, that's Dico. That's just how he rolls, you know?
Yeah.
But in retrospect, like the combo of Dico and Bam, like Bam like feeding his improv.
Right.
And then, you know, sometimes Dico hits the joke like Bam knew how to like chop it up for the ADD generation. Like,
Right.
like, all right, this skit is awesome. It's 6 minutes long. It needs to be like 3.5, you know? And then
Right.
Bam just cuts the best part of it. And that was like such a winning combination, I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Dude, it's so crazy, like watching you, looking at you, like seeing you speak, the way that you speak. So much of your mannerisms are just so fucking similar to Bam.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I'm in my ZZ Top Paul Bunyan phase right now because we were just in Europe and I thought I got the right power converter, but I plugged in my shaver and it was like, it almost took my head off. It's like a chainsaw, dude. It was like, all right. And then I got home and I was like, fuck it. I'm doing the ZZ Top thing.
Now you listen here. Whether you're trying to trim your beard or diligently eat a healthy diet, you know what? Sometimes it's just not in the cards, man. You don't have time. And that's why AG1 is my go-to every morning. First thing, before I do my yoga, before I drink my coffee, I pound a bunch of water with AG1. It is delicious. It gives me energy. It fills in all of the gaps in my diet. And like for a limited time, if you go to drinkag1.com/Stevo, you can get a free duffel bag, a free welcome kit. Now that's just for a limited time, so jump on it right now. And I don't know how your New Year's going, but mine's pretty awesome. And I plan on keeping the gaps in my diet filled with AG1. With your first subscription, then the duffel bag, all this great stuff, jump on it, man. I love AG1. And let's get back to it. You know, there was a point, like, I feel like it's almost probably been 2 years maybe, where I saw, like, you know, negative feedback, people like, you know, like hateful comments, but like practical.
So the internet.
Yeah. But like, I agreed with it. You know, people were like, oh, dude, fucking Steve-O using Bam for clicks. You know, like there was a point when, it was actually the point when he was like running away in the woods and like did the whole thing that went down with you guys. Yeah. And, you know, like right when that went down, we recorded a podcast, like blatantly, like, you know, talked about that whole story, like weighing in on it, made the title of the podcast, like, Bam, on the run, you know, whatever, like putting his name in the, like, and then it was like at the point when it, like in the story, and like Bam was hiding in the woods, like cut to like, do you have shrubbery going on? Well, you need manscaped.
Like, how do I link this into the ad?
Right. And like, you know, a lot of people were pretty disgusted with the way that I was like monetizing Bam's troubles and like exploiting him for clicks. And, you know, I genuinely like took that to heart. And there were many more examples of me doing exactly the same thing. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Like, I got to take this criticism. I got to take the note, and I got it. And I just honestly pretty proud to say that I've not, like, done that in, like, fucking 2 years.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
You know, 2 years. And now we're talking to you. It's going to be, like, pretty hard to keep that streak alive. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to dwell on Bam, and I want to give him his props for like the way that he's skating is like legitimately fucking impressive right now.
Dude, you know, I haven't talked to him really since.
That's what April
But I
told
like
us.
all his skating. Like, dude,
Yeah.
It's so good to see him skating again. And like, dude, he's busting shit. Like, I feel like he couldn't do in his heyday. You know?
On the spine ramp, the fucking blunt shove it fucking.
I love it, dude. Like him not skating, he's a miserable cunt. That'd be like me not playing drums. That'd be a nightmare, you know? So
Right.
So it's good to see him back at that.
You know, I'll peel back the curtain maybe a little more than I should, but the time I last saw April, she came out to my show in Philadelphia this past summer, and I was like nervous to ask. I was like, "Have you been in touch with Bam?" You know, because it's so just like to know that he wasn't in communication at all with his parents.
Yeah,
you know, like it's like, dude, your dad's like in a wheelchair, like you know, like it would be nice if your parents don't to live out the rest of their lives with no relationship with you. And I was like scared to ask, but April said she has been in touch with Bam for like a year.
Yeah.
You know, only by text. And and here's the crazy thing. She says, I know he's been sober for this whole time, like this last year, because throughout it all, despite the fact that he won't talk to Phil. Phil's still managing all of his shit and receives all of his credit card statements. April said, whenever Bam's been out of control, we see his credit card statements. Just alcohol, bar. You know, totally. We know exactly what he's spending his money on. And she says for whatever, the last year, however long it had been, she's like, we see it right there on the credit card statement. He's not and so that's plus you can tell because if he's not abstinent from drugs and alcohol, he really has difficulty not having incidents. And he hasn't had any incidents.
That was the thing. Like, anytime you go out in public, someone's like 911. You know, that's not a good sign, you know?
Right.
But, I kind of wanted to pick your brain about it because of your history and stuff. But I want to know if you'll agree with me. It's like, because I'm in the music business. I've known a lot of addicts. And they all do the same shit, but how they get better is different for everybody, right?
Right. Man, you know what? I gotta say that number one, I don't think that the entertainment industry factor has anything to do with anything. Because in one sense, people will say, oh man, how do you how can you possibly get clean and sober when you've got so much resources, so much everybody's throwing drugs and alcohol at you.
Yeah.
Dude,
you drop you or Bam at a truck stop in Iowa and some dude's like, let me get you a beer.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
And so it goes both ways, you know, you've got all the resources for, recovery, but most people have to lose everything. So there's it's just, the disease doesn't discriminate.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the thing. Novak or something, you run out of money, you run out of places to go, and that's kind of the standard. And then that's kind of when you hit rock bottom, but Bam, as far as I know, can't run out of money, or it would take a lot to run out of money. So that problem isn't going to be a thing. And then, people invite him to stay everywhere. So it was kind of like what you're talking about with my mom. It's like, if he's not talking to me anymore, he's not talking to Abe and Phil, he has kind of no one to blame anymore or whatever,
Well, Bam doesn't seem to run out of people to blame.
Yeah, I know. And honestly, every time I want to hit him up, it's kind of it's pointless until he gets to the point where,
Here's I think what it is props to Bam because he's as I genuinely believe, legitimately abstinent from drugs and alcohol. And that's
you can't skate like that if you're fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's clear, he's and love that. And I'm proud of him for that.
Yeah.
I think that the if I were to say that the difference between being abstinent from drugs and alcohol versus being in recovery.
Yeah.
Is
you kind of have to have that moment of I did this to me. I did all 100%.
This. It's
accountability. Yeah, you have to be able to take accountability
exactly
for everything that's happened.
Every bad thing that happened and everyone I'm mad at probably stem from me being
Right.
loaded out of my mind. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's just step one. We admitted that, you
Yeah.
know, it was us. You know, we
It must
admitted
be
we had
like
problems.
liberating when you hit that point,
100%.
right?
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
It's so liberating because it's like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm able to take accountability. I'm able to take responsibility. I'm able to be in control of my situation, as opposed to just having a victim mentality where it all happened to me, and you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, like there's.
Well, having the victim mentality is like the main thing that kept at least me loaded for so many
Sure.
years.
Yeah, I mean, Rab talks about that when he was real bad. You know, he's blaming his mom, like,
Right,
my
right.
mom's taking my money or whatever. It's like, no, you're blowing it on coke every weekend.
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah. I kind of did the same thing with my mom, you know, because my mom was an addict as well. So I was always like, oh, well, my mom was fucking shooting dope, like with me,
Yeah.
you know, like so.
Right.
Fuck that, and then that's what kept me loaded for so
Yeah.
many years.
And you know what the other thing is that when like when you're always blaming everybody else and this and that, and you know, like with the, you know, it's everybody but me, like
Yeah.
that people just see right through that. You're not fooling anybody.
I know.
And if you can just say, hey, you know what, like the to the extent that my life like was a mess,
Yeah.
it was a mess that I created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, drugs and alcohol aren't the problem. Like, we are the problem.
Right. And so, like, if you can just take the L, if it, like, when you take the L, when you admit that you're wrong, you assume accountability, you address your issues, like, that is so endearing.
Yeah.
So few people are willing to admit when they're wrong.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that admitting you're wrong when you're wrong is like a really good
And
look.
it's huge for everybody else, too.
Yeah,
you know?
people
Like,
respect it.
It's very
it would be
endearing.
like total water under the bridge of all the drama we went through
Mm-hmm.
if he had that moment, honestly. And like, I realized I was kind of an enabler. Like, you know, when we were when he had his punk band and we'd tour and he was too fucked up to show up to a radio interview or something, you know, I'd be like, oh man, he's like not feeling, he's real sick, he ate something, you know, like, and I'm making excuses thinking I'm helping him, but I'm just prolonging his recovery doing shit like that.
And you know what? Like I like when when we do that stuff like that, like and that's a very low level example, but there are so many ways that we enable people, and like what the enabling is like shielding somebody from their consequences.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're never gonna get better if like everybody always just bends to your will and allows for your disease and just contributes to your sickness and helps you stay sick. And so that's why, like what happened with Jackass, like they were like we've got to have for once in his life some boundaries, some consequences, you know, because there's never been any consequences, and that's what's allowed for it to get so bad and get so much worse.
Yeah.
And he doesn't understand that what they did by firing him from that movie was pure love. It was tough love. It was. Like,
I was talking to my mom about that a while ago. It's like I think you guys were doing what you thought was right, but Bam is a different animal, and he holds grudges like no one I've ever seen. But yeah, I feel like you guys thought you were doing what's best, and then I mean, dude, you were mad at everybody forever, you know. And then what was your moment of like,
oh, man,
these guys saved my life, you know?
I was mad when they showed up and locked me up in the psych ward.
Yeah.
But by the time.
You were mad when they didn't bring cameras to your intervention.
At least film it and get some content, man.
Right. What can I say? I haven't always had the greatest mental health, which is why I'm glad this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform. The best way for you to get matched with a qualified therapist that is perfect for you. And if you want to get 10% off, then you go to BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp.com/Stevo. for 10% off. And why wouldn't you, man? Because in this world, in this day and age, mental health is more important than ever. And I believe in speaking up and addressing issues that are bringing me down. It's the way to be healthy. So one more time, go to betterhelp.com/Stevo to get 10% off, and let's get right back to it.
Yeah.
Right. And they showed up. They had me dead to rights as far as like, legally able to lock me up in a psych ward.
Yeah.
Because I had like sent emails. I sent an email to like 200 people, like promising to attempt to take my
Yeah.
Well,
know,
dude,
like-
from my angle, I mean, when I moved to Hermosa Beach, and then I would meet up with you guys at the Burgundy Room, and like we were all crazy. But then when we did that TRL thing, that's when you were like next level, dude. And I remember talking to Zach Galifianakis when he was interviewed, and he's like, dude, Steve-O, like I don't even know what he was talking about. Like he's like, I'm trying to, riff off it and come up with something funny, but I don't even know what he was talking about the whole time. But
I love that you called it the TRL thing.
Yeah, the 24-hour takeover.
24-hour takeover. Yeah, but dude, they had me to lock me up in a psych ward, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when I got to the psych ward, like I remember Knoxville and Tremaine drove me, and they drove me in this SUV up to the Cedars-Sinai Hospital, where there was a guy waiting with a wheelchair for me to like push me in, and I get out and I'm like, I don't need no wheelchair, and I'm spit on.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, like that was where I was at.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was spit on the guy, and then like I was so sure I was gonna walk in there and just calmly explain this was a misunderstanding.
This whole thing's a mistake.
Yeah, they got this all wrong, and they had it all, and then I realized I wasn't gonna talk my way out of it, and I was like, oh well, I want to smoke a cigarette now, and they're like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, no, I want to smoke a cigarette now, and I'm like, go to grab a chair and throw it, and like I don't even get the chair off the ground. I'm tackled by like orderlies. They slam me down onto a gurney, and like strapped, and I'm like, oh, I'm claustrophobic. Like I'll be good. I'll be like, don't strap me down. And they put a needle in my butt cheek, and I'm just took a nap.
Oh man.
They call it booty juice. Drew said it's a drug called Versed, and they just. So I woke up from my nap, and now I'm just in the part of the hospital where the doors do not open, and they changed 3 days, 72-hour hold. They changed it to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it took a little over 1 week for me to be like, okay, I got to do something.
Yeah.
And by the point that I had said, okay, I got to do something, I was like, all right, like I'll go straight to rehab, and clean and sober ever since.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got
But
to the
did
rehab,
you
I
have
knew.
a moment where you were like, like it took a while for you to be like, these guys saved my.
Oh, not too much, man. By the time I got to rehab, I knew. I mean, like when I made my decision to go from that psych ward to that rehab, I knew what that meant. And
you could have very easily like just left the psych ward and not go to rehab, right? Like,
it would have taken a little bit of time, but yeah, for sure. I could have done my 2 weeks. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank God I didn't. And you know what? Like, I think the ultimate answer to the question is, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I just surrendered to what the sober people do.
Yeah.
Because there's been like there's been sober people like in this 12-step deal since 1935.
Yeah.
And there's been so many millions of them that like they've really kind of figured out like a way that works,
Yeah.
and I mean that's what I believe.
Well, hey, it's like people care about you enough, people care about Bam enough that they don't give up, and like not everybody has that,
Right, and I think that like given that that's what worked for me, and it worked for Vinny, and it worked for Novak, and it worked for like countless other people.
That I put Novak on a plane, and I was like, this is it, man. Like, because we're on tour. And we pulled up to some venue in San Antonio or something. And I look out. So the venue's on this side of the bus. Over here is the shadiest bus station you could ever imagine. You could get any drug you want in 9 seconds, guaranteed over there, So we go in to do sound check. And Novak was good for the tour, like sipping on red wine, doing his thing, but he wasn't like heroined out, And then as soon as sound check was over, I come on the bus. I'm like, oh, he went to the bus station. He's like nodding out, and he's like a nightmare. And then it was later that night, I guess he ripped off a heroin dealer or something. And this dude just comes on the bus, and like, Hannah and our bus driver had to like fight him to get off. And Novak's like, his whole body out the window. That's why I got the drugs and you didn't get the money. And I'm like, dude, I don't know a lot, but I know heroin dealers usually have guns. Like, he could have sprayed this bus up, dude. I'm like, I got kids. Hannah's got kids, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we're going to the airport. You're out of here. And normally Bam put up a fight. And I told Bam the story, and he's like, oh, yeah, let's go to the airport. No resistance. And when I put him on the plane, I was like, dude, I know he's got nowhere to go. His girlfriend kicked him out, his mom, his sister, everybody. He's got no money. Like, so when this tour's over, he's either going to OD or get better. And thank God it was the last one,
Yeah. But yeah, so... And that's the thing, man. Like, we all do the same thing, and it's all about like basically the 12-step deal.
Yeah.
And I think that Bam understands that he needs to not be drinking and doing drugs.
Yeah.
But I think that he really just resists the full commitment to the full. Well,
at the castle, man, it was like, I'm used to drunk Bam and, maybe coked up Bam or whatever, and I deal with it. But, that was different, man. Like, I want to say he was up for like a week, and I came down and he was arguing, like having a gnarly argument with his own shadow. And I'm like, I reached the point, it's like, dude, either I can be my brother's buddy and he dies, or I can be the bad guy and he's alive, and I'll pick that. You know what I mean? Not an easy decision to make, but
in any case, the final thing is like he's alive, he's clean and sober.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing skating, he's doing great, and like we just love him, man.
Yeah, it's good to see him doing good, man. Because
now I haven't been in contact with him.
Really?
We have a mutual friend who we've communicated a little bit through as an intermediary.
Yeah.
I sent this video to him because the guy reached out. He said, "Oh, I've got Bam here." I was like, I sent a video and I said, "Hey, Bam, like I want to acknowledge that I, really tried to push sobriety on you and recover, and like that wasn't the way to. That's not how it works, I should know better than that. By pushing it on you, I pushed you away from it, and I'm sorry, man. That wasn't the way to approach it. You know? And I think that went a long way.
Definitely.
And if I were to say something to Bam again, if this reaches him, I would say, hey, man, you know what, Bam? I want to acknowledge that that I really monetized your struggles at a point,
right.
Thank God you're not struggling now, so it's like kind of, but I stopped doing that, and I don't want to do it anymore. We've talked plenty enough about him.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he gets that it's just because we all care about him, and you guys didn't mean any. You were doing what you thought was right. I was doing what I thought was right. No one knows how to handle this shit. There's
tough.
No playbook, really.
It's tough when you've got real relationships and you've got like a business model of telling stories and talking about what's going on.
Yeah, where do you draw the line of am I going too far or whatever?
Yeah. And I think that arguably this just now might have gone a little too far.
Well,
but, whatever.
It's cool that, I got to kind of tell a little bit of the story of that, because I had to, luckily I have a fast car because there was news vans. Like, I'd take my kids to school or go to the grocery store. I had to outrun news vans every day for like a month. You know? Yeah, it was bad.
Shit.
That's crazy. So, you say take your kids to school. You've got 4 kids.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And they're like, one of them's 20 years old.
Yeah.
You may know this, but it is impossible to have children without having sex. And if you want to have better sex, it's all about BlueChew. Plus, good God, is the new BlueChew tablet insane? It's the BlueChew Gold, the gold standard of sexual enhancement, because it's got new ingredients that up your arousal as well as your blood flow. And I don't know about you, but I love a little bit of help to have better sex. I mean, call me a guy and call me a little older, but if you think it's time to have better sex, then it is time for the gold standard, baby. Blue Chew Gold. And if you want to get 10% off on your Blue Chew Gold, then for the love of God, get to BlueChew.com and use the promo code STEVO. One more time, if you want to get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold, BlueChew.com with the promo code STEVO. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's ride this baby all the way home.
My oldest two are in college, and then my son's 16, and then I have a 9-year-old.
Dude, like, the time is
Unreal.
just... We're old, dude.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, like, man, that's crazy.
And it's cool, like, you know, I learn about a lot of music through them, and likewise, you know, like, I'll take them to go see Graveyard and Clutch, and then they'll take me to Pierce the Veil and all that, you know, like,
Sick.
it's-
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's cool.
Hell yeah.
And that's what's cool about the last few tours we've done. It's like, it's officially bridged 2 generations, you know, it's like OG fans with their teenagers and vice versa. And like, I love seeing that, man. It's so cool.
Yeah. You know, I just had one thought just to close the loop on the BAM discussion. Like, I want to add to like acknowledging the whole like using BAM for clicks, but I also want to say like fucking congrats on how well you're doing, and like if there is a new Jackass project. It's not confirmed. It's not like it remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But if there is a new Jackass project, I really hope that BAM sees it for what it could be, which is full circle redemption, like back with the Jackass family. And I know that a lot of the stars have to align for this to happen because
Yeah.
it isn't even a project at this point,
Right.
but there's potential for one.
Yeah, I heard there's like talks about
Right.
it. But yeah.
And it would happen really fast if it does happen.
Right.
And I know that Bam would have to really like, I don't want to say swallow pride, but he would like kind of to be like to bury the hatchet, let bygones be bygones.
For
Yeah.
sure, swallow pride.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure, you're right.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, the last movie, like, it was just super bad timing for him because, you know, he's dealing with the addiction stuff, obviously, but then, you know, he lost his partner in crime. So that had to feel weird as hell, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But I just think it's like, man, like, you know, and I'm not saying that for like the benefit of us or for like, you know, like for, I just think, man, like it would, I think that if this project happens, it could be so healing.
Yeah.
So like to just put it away, man, just to let go of it because man, resentment is such poison.
Dude,
that eats
seriously,
you
man.
alive. Like to just like let's let the wounds heal, man.
Yeah.
And let's get the band back together and let's just heal and be healthy and positive.
Yeah.
And then lastly, since neither of us are talking directly to Bam, like if you were saying, you know, presumably somebody could cut this and say to show it to Bam. Like speaking directly to Bam, what would you say?
I think we covered most of it, you know? I just want him to know that nobody's out to get him. Everybody just wants him to be doing good, and we're stoked to see him skating. And, you know, I hope he has that moment where, you know, when I saw Novak at my mom's Christmas party at her store, he's like, "You're the new me. Like I crashed a Mercedes, and now you're the guy." Yeah. I'm like, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And just like we're old. We're getting
It
old.
is,
Like we're
dude.
getting old. Let's not be on our deathbed thinking, "Damn, why didn't I fix
yeah.
that?"
Honestly, I get it's easy to blame whatever, anything and everything, but like from everyone I talk to that's gotten sober, like that's like the lifting an anvil off your back moment of just
Sure.
like owning it. Like
Yep.
whatever turmoil
Yeah.
is usually because of me getting hammered.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, you see, we're old. But one thing I wanted to talk about because I follow you on Twitter, formerly Twittered,
Yeah.
X,
Yeah.
and it's pretty incredible how boldly you go political. Like I think that for me, I'm a little bit like sensitive about like the potential for alienating half my audience by taking a political position.
Oh yeah, big time. A lot of bands I know don't go near there, but I just don't care, man.
Right.
I wake up in the morning and I watch I'm like, what the That's my morning coffee. Yeah.
Right.
And I only it's just that app that I vent, and I also want documentation for my grandkids. Like, oh, grandpa wasn't into this shit, man.
Right.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That's all Twitter is for. I don't care I don't want to get followers. I don't care.
Right. And I think that, like, to the extent that it alienates anybody, like, whatever, I think that your political musings, like, seem pretty rational to me. I think that like, I think in a lot of senses in your personal life, in your professional life, in your political perspective, that, like, you are, across the boards, pretty regularly the adult in the room.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of times I'm like, maybe I should just shut the hell up, I'm like old man shouting at get off my lawn. But at shows, plenty of people are like, dude, I read your Twitter every morning, and it's like, it's just makes me feel better that, like, there's times I feel like I'm going insane, and like,
right.
It's good to see that you share most of my opinions about everything, and so that enough people have told me that I'm like, all right, I'll keep ranting.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I'm not that brave to like,
business wise, it's the dumbest thing to ever do. Alienate like half your audience, but
right.
But especially, I mean, we tour Europe and Australia and more than the States, because I feel like rock shows are just like a pastime there. Like they care about rock shows like we care about sports in this country.
Well, they care about sports too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but rock shows are definitely a thing. And
I think that they care about rock shows here.
Yeah, they do. But, there's times, like, I admit I'm a spoiled bastard, but when I'm playing Toledo to 300 people, and I'm like, I could be in Glasgow playing to 3,000. What am I doing?
Right.
So, but yeah, we tend to go over there more, and clearly, I didn't alienate anybody over there.
Right.
They're like, preach.
That's great, man. Yeah. It's so interesting too. Like, so many musical acts really like crush it in Europe. I'm thinking particularly of Wasp.
Oh yeah,
like Blackie Lawless just has Sweden dialed.
Definitely. There's so many good bands that like crush over there and do huge places, and then come here and play bars, like the Helicopters.
Right, dude. David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. Dude, he's like, a national icon over in Germany.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, dude. Like, so with the political stuff, I love the name of an album, Thoughts and Prayers.
Yeah.
So great. And Maynard's right there with that too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was telling you earlier, I listened to the Maynard episode on the way here.
We're gonna do Maynard again.
He's such an
this month.
Interesting dude, man. That's awesome.
Dude, so crazy how, like, in that Maynard episode, I'm just sitting there just tripping over myself. Like, dude, you're so cool, man.
We just played the Tool Festival in Punta Cana. It was awesome.
Dude,
it was
amazing.
us and Primus, Coheed and Cambria, bunch of awesome bands, and Tool was the headliner. And dude, it was such an honor to be asked to do that.
Dude,
and,
for sure.
But we did this tour with a band a while ago called Three Teeth, and they have the best Maynard story. The singer Alexis told me, they were opening, and it was Primus and then Tool on the tour they did. And he's like, yeah, me and Les, got to be pretty good pals like throughout the tour, but I didn't see Maynard the whole time. And he's like, it was the last gig, and I go into Les's dressing room to say goodbye, and it's just Maynard in there. And he was like, it was so awkward, and he was wearing like the Kardashian glasses and all, and he had a little dog with him. And he's like, oh, hey, I just wanted to say thanks for having us on the tour. It's been a blast. And Maynard stands up. He's like, I thought I'd make it this whole tour without having to talk to you. And then he just drops the dog, and it's like, arf, and runs away. And Alexis is like, all right, well, And then Maynard just was like, I'm just fucking with you, man. Yeah, you guys killed it. Yeah. Like, dude, how do you not like that guy?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And dude, like, what an honor for me because, like, after we recorded that podcast, it's been in like a couple years.
2 years now, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been 2 years, and like, you know, he's like, dude, let's exchange numbers. You
Yeah.
know? And, like, we become text buddies.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
like, he literally. He's like, I'm just gonna check on you every like couple months or something, and it's
Yeah.
like almost like clockwork. Like, hey man, how you doing? You
Dude,
know?
he's such a this winery and his restaurants,
Right.
and then doing Tool and A Perfect Circle. He's in
And
more bands than me.
Oh, he's got 3.
Pussifer, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Hey, man, dude, like
our
they're-
front of house guy did that Pussifer live stream, you know, during COVID in the
Okay.
desert at what the hell is the place in Arizona? It's like this cool town by this architect dude.
Verity something.
Yeah, something like that. But man, it was like, you know, every band put out like cool live stream shows during the COVID lockdown crap. But that was one of my favorites, man. It was so cool.
He's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's just like you're like what you described is 100% him.
Super dry humor. Like he's a smart dude, you know? And,
Yeah.
And yeah, his humor is like
It's crazy, like counterintuitive too, because like I always understood Tool, like they would have music videos that they're not in. They would have,
Yeah.
like there was like almost like they're so mysterious that like you wouldn't see like photos of them like really like they
because
didn't
that's
wanna-
how it was for us when we were little, dude. Like I thought Led Zeppelin was recording in a goddamn castle, you know, like
Right.
like you don't hear anything. Like they just go away, make an album, and then they're in magazines
Right.
and stuff. And there's such a cool like mystique behind it. Where back when rock bands were like larger than life, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
so when Maynard shows up on Joe Rogan all of a sudden, it was
Mhm.
like, whoa, you know, like this
Yeah.
is weird. Like I'm not supposed to be like looking at this guy, I'm not, you know.
Yeah.
And in this the age of social media, there's you know, I feel like there are a lot of rock stars out there that it's like, oh man. I was
It's
so,
too
like,
much.
You were so much cooler when I
Oh,
didn't
dude,
know about
there's
it.
bands. Yeah, there's bands I love, and I'm like a fan of them, and then I'm like,
Right.
oh, I'll follow them on, and they're like, oh, we're on tour, we're going to get pizza. I'm like, I don't fucking give a
Well,
shit.
and it's not necessarily that,
Yeah.
but like you'll just like they'll show sides of themselves. Like, ooh, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be really into you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, oh man, the last thing I needed was to get to know what you're like.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think Maynard handles it pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. It's like, you know, don't meet your heroes or whatever that
Right,
saying is.
right, yeah.
And that was the case for me, and a lot of times Gene Simmons, you know, a lot of them. But
Oh my God, I've got a Gene Simmons. I mean, I don't think it's a different story that anybody like has.
Yeah.
But there was what this like we did the podcast with Gene Simmons, and he invited us to his restaurant.
Oh yeah,
You know the
The
Rock and Brew.
Yeah,
it's in
yeah.
Vegas or whatever.
he's got like a million of them.
yeah,
so, you
he's
know.
got a bunch. Okay.
And like, like they asked like, hey, is it cool? Like he wants to meet at the restaurant. He wants to like announce it and like publicize that we're gonna be there.
Uh-huh.
So there's like a crowd waiting, you know,
Yeah.
all kinds of people waiting. And this one dude was there were two people that there were just like wild interactions with. One guy was like Hebrew, and he was like, oh man, I really wanted like I wanted to speak to you in Hebrew or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
You were there? And the guy was like was so excited. And what did he say to the
Yeah.
guy?
I don't
It
remember.
was just like, oh, and you thought I would be really interested in this. Huh? Like just totally like just totally and then inside the restaurant there was this guy who had he had a Kiss album and it was like he had Paul Stanley's autograph on it, like maybe eight. He had multiple Kiss members, and he's like, I want to get this. You know, the guy's been waiting there for hours. He's like, I want to get your signature. He goes, what? He goes, so you can sell it for $1,500 on eBay, and it's like, and just like and like does not sign it,
Yeah.
and like walks away, and I was standing there like, wait, huh?
You can do that?
I was like, wait, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought it was like I had to walk over to the guy with
Yeah.
the record. And I go, was that real?
You thought it was a bit?
Yeah. I was just like, wait, like there's no way.
Yeah.
And the guy was just like totally devastated.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah,
and
that
Chad
whole
hosted
afternoon
a
was
thing with
weird.
Gene.
And you know what? I don't even think that I'm like talking out of school or like slinging mud.
No.
I almost think that that's like Gene Simmons' identity.
For
yeah,
sure.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like that's just what his deal. And
Yeah.
it's like, man, I'm too scared of like my life review. You
Yeah,
know, when
yeah.
you die and you experience everything as other people, like
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean to anybody.
Yeah, because it lasts forever, and then it travels so far.
Right,
They
and
tell all their friends. You know,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Like
But-
Vinny gives me credit for having gotten like there was a while there I was like, "Ugh," you know,
Yeah.
I don't like I'm so careful to be like.
I mean, it was a little bit more than.
There's a thing for the Philly rock station we hosted. It was me and Chad and Don Jameson and Florentine and all those guys and Gene and like I just remember Chad lit up a cigarette on stage. Like we were judging this like bikini contest or something. And Chad's like, "Can I see that real quick?" And he takes the cigarette out of Chad's mouth and he just throws it and he goes, P.U. P.U.
Wait, who did that?
Gene did that to Chad. And then Gene was just like
That's great.
randomly
Yeah.
talking about something because we were both on Island Records for a while and we were talking about something. And he kind of just walked away mid-sentence when I was talking. I was like, oh, okay, two can play this game, motherfucker, you know? So he comes back around. I'm like, hey, Gene, Tom Jermaine did your box set and he did our artwork for our album too. And he's like, oh yeah, Tom Jermaine. Funny story about Tom Jermaine. And I was like, and he looked at me like, no one does that to me.
Amazing. And dude, the Philly radio station, Preston and Steve.
Yeah.
Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, they're
man.
awesome.
I love those
I
guys
know.
so much.
Back when they were on Y100, now they're on 93.3.
Which one is the bald guy?
That's Steve.
Steve.
Yeah, they're great, man.
Dude, Steve, last time I was in there, like I brought my dog Moon Pie, and he just I forget if he just offered it up. He said when I go to the shelter and I adopt like the oldest dog that I can. It's like he goes out of his way to adopt like senior dogs.
Yeah.
He's like, I just feel like they've had like a really hard life, and it's meaningful to me to let the last chapter of their life be
Yeah.
a good one, a
That's
better
pretty
one.
cool.
And I'm just like, dude, because I was always like, man, it's gonna break my heart. I've got to
Yeah.
need the dog to be as young as possible so I
Yeah.
can have it for longer. And I just felt like such a turd when Steve said that. And so that's why when I went to the shelter the last time, I got Leela. It was the oldest one. They had 7.
That's it.
7-year-old dog. And shout out to Steve from Preston and Steve and
Yeah,
Philly.
they're great. They've been doing it forever, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Okay, what else do I have here? Like, your mom calls you Jessie.
Yeah.
Does everybody call you Jessie, not Jess?
Just my mom and maybe some other aunts and uncles, and that's about it.
Right. Does your mom have like a crazy codependent relationship with you too?
I'm kind of the I just get dumped on all the time of all the drama nonstop.
Right.
And it's cool that my house is kind of like the safe haven for people to get,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah,
they
that's
want.
got to be a good feeling.
But yeah, at times it's like, well, dude, there's like, especially around the time at the castle, like she'd come in like a Vietnam vet, man. Like she just got
Yeah.
back from Afghanistan,
Right.
She's just walking around like, your brother called me at 3 a.m. and was screaming and about
Right.
God knows what. And I'm like,
She said something about like having apologized to you for like I don't know, maybe just being so like like almost like neglecting you or something. But
No.
she said that there was a point when you were going through a tough time, and it meant a lot to her that she could be like, "Hey, I'm here, I'm
yeah,
here
for sure.
you."
Yeah, she's always, she's super mom and my dad, like I have big shoes to fill,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, Vinny had a question. Does Phil do all of your accounting and manage your money too?
He does all my bands except for CKY. I wouldn't do that to him.
Oh yeah, why is that? What do you mean?
Because you know, you have to pay every country's taxes that you play. You know, we did like 18 countries in the past year. Like, I would never do that to hey, Phil, Budapest called. They're pissed. Like, they want their money, you know, like.
Right.
So, yeah, we have somebody in New York to do the CKY stuff, but all my other bands are pretty easy. So he handles that for me. Yeah.
Phil gets accolades all day, like for when Bam was a kid. He tirelessly took Bam to the skate park, stayed there filming him, and took him back.
Yeah.
Like, was just so supportive and made it possible.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do that for you and your music?
Absolutely. Like, and I was talking about this on another podcast a little bit ago. It's like, I try to do that. Like, you know, like with my kids, like whatever they're into, like you said, Phil would take off work and drive Bam 4 hours to a contest, you know, or he'd help me pay for recording time and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so whatever my kids are into, I try to like help as much as I can, you know, help them out with it.
Yeah, dude, that's epic. We had been like a ton of other questions, right? What advice do you have for a younger you? And I want to give that some color, like knowing how crazy, you know, things were gonna go.
Well, the music business is the best and worst industry in the world, and I probably would have advised myself on like, that dude's a snake. He's gonna steal all your money, you know? And I'm still falling for it at times. Like,
Wow.
me and
Has that
Chad are
happened
gearing up
multiple
to.
times? Where
Oh yeah, well, dude, you know the music business when we started, it was like such a huge thing, and then like, but they would rip you off, but you'd still get plenty, you know.
Yeah.
And now that the music business is like in shambles, like they've figured out new ways to rip you off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like me and Chad are like about to do a lawsuit with this merch company that just 60, 70 grand. We're like, when do we get paid? Like, oh.
For sure, yeah.
So the music business is a lot of that.
Now I've got some questions from my new executive assistant,
Who's that?
Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this guy is amazing, dude.
Yeah, he was
And-
texting me. But-
Yeah, right. Yeah,
yeah.
that's Tyler, dude. Like, thank God I got Tyler.
Yeah.
And he really is like a pillar, you know, that everything leans on.
Yeah.
He makes everything happen. He says that your drumming is instantly recognizable.
Man, I appreciate the compliment. I try to do that.
How did your style evolve alongside CKY's sound? And were there any unconventional influences people wouldn't expect?
Yeah, I was influenced by like a crazy, like, I mean, Bonham, like every drummer, he's like the guy. But yeah, I was like really into King Crimson, Bill Bruford and all them, like jazz stuff. I was really into Primus, like Brian Mantilla and Tim Alexander. They were all huge influences. But JP from Clutch, like, which I've taken drum lesson with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was a while ago, but I learned more in 2 hours than in 20 years of playing drums. And I you know, I try to think not like a drummer, because like we're all just like counting, and it's like, you know, if you learn like traditional rhythm, you know, all that, I try to think like I like riffs. I'm a fan of guitar riffs, so I try to accent every weird note in a riff. And most drummers would probably be like, "What the hell are you doing?" You know, it makes zero sense. To, like, it's not standard 4/4 or whatever. So yeah, I try to not think like a drummer, if that makes any sense. I serve the song.
I think that's great. Okay, Tyler also asks, what excites you most about the future? New music, a collaboration, something maybe outside of CKY?
Yeah, I mean, this new CKY stuff, I can't wait for it to come out. You know, that's the one thing about getting older is like you really eventually learn exactly what you're doing. Like, I want this tone, and you know how to get it. You know, like in the early days, not so much, especially me. Like Chad produces it, so he's a lot better with that. But like, I didn't know how to get a certain drum sound that I was after, and now, you know, took about 20 whatever years, but you learn how to do that, and then that's such a comforting thing. Like, just knowing exactly what you are, but more importantly, what you aren't. and knowing how to achieve what you want a lot better. That's the one good thing of getting old. Now, when I have to play a 2-hour set, it hurts like hell. I'm 47, man. By the end of the set, I'm like, oh.
Okay, last question from Tyler. Is there a CKY song that means more to you now than it did when you recorded it?
Good question.
I'm so stoked on the new stuff, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Because it was just such a crazy situation. Like, a lot of it, Chad was down here, and Chad's place is like the Overlook Hotel, dude. It's like The Shining,
Okay.
And he's in the middle of nowhere, and during lockdown, like, he's like, I had to write a song a day to keep from going insane, and sometimes he'd write 2 or 3. So when he came up to PA and I cut drums on it, like, he's like, just pick a day. I'm like, May 14th. He's like, and then we'd work on May 14th. It was like overwhelming. He had like 200 songs or something, and they were all awesome. And, but, some it's like, May 38th, because he wrote so many songs that month. But,
So the name of the song is?
well, that's the working title. It was just the day. But, it was so cool to, like you're in the grind of a record tour, like, and you never get a chance to just slow down. And like, for the first time ever, we all have 2 years off. Like, no one's touring. And that was like so cool, because you have to really sit back and be like, you get all this stuff done, like, oh, I could do all the projects I've been putting off for months, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then you get to that point where you're just staring at a wall like, am I happy? Like, do I want to keep doing music? Do I like doing this? Like, do I want to do something else? And then for me, and I'm guessing Chad too, it just reaffirmed, like, this is what we do,
Sure.
So he came up to PA armed, and I bought the Prince soundboard from Paisley Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing
And
about
it was
that,
just
yeah.
such a cool vibe of like having all these new tunes to work on and having just that. And like, so yeah, the new stuff is like definitely the most special for me. I'm not too much of a nostalgia guy. I'm always excited about whatever's new is happening,
Flesh into Gear
Mm-hmm.
is like far and away the one standout.
That was so cool because we recorded that in Hawaii, and it was just us and the Baywatch girls. Like, they were doing like voiceovers.
Oh wow!
So I'm cutting like Flesh into Gear drums, and like these girls in bikinis are walking by. It's like, this studio's awesome.
Why would they be in bikinis doing voiceover work?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. Like, it was they were just doing voiceover work. I don't know if they were filming like pickup shots or something, because it was cool. The studio was like right by the beach in Kailua.
Right.
And it was awesome, man.
Daniel, you got anything else? And by the way, I'm very upset that you haven't been on Vinny's lap this entire time.
That could not have happened. I was sweating.
We need to go into the music store, Tone Central, and get you guys another mic, man.
Yeah, right.
But
I
fucking,
have more mics.
my leg fell asleep.
All right, Daniel.
So your kids are musicians.
Well, my daughter, I don't know if I'm a good parent or not, because like my oldest plays piano like really good, and I was just working on an album a little bit ago with this dude OT the Real. He's like this rapper dude, and it's like hardcore like thug like the lyrics are about chopping up a body, and I have my kid doing piano loops. I'm like, is this?
That's a 20-year-old kid.
Yeah. And I'm like, is this bad or am I a good dad? I don't know.
I think it's all good. If
Yeah.
it was the 9-year-old, maybe that'd be a little weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What do each of them play?
So my older girls, Ava and Scarlett, they play piano. My son isn't. He's more into like jujitsu and doing all that.
Shit,
Like,
nice.
I gave him one of those electronic drum sets to mess around.
Yeah.
But I don't it might be a thing of like whatever your parents do isn't cool, you know?
Okay.
I'm
I
sure
wonder.
like David Gilmour from Pink Floyd's kids are like, yeah, he's all right at guitar. I don't know. Yeah. It's like,
And are any of your kids pranksters?
London is, my son is, he's always,
Oh yeah,
him and my dad back and forth all day, just messing with each other.
nice.
Yeah, dude.
Any skaters?
Yeah, London skates. He's getting, he got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So he kind of phased out, but now he's getting back into it.
Wow. So skating, jujitsu, prankster.
Yeah. He's
Right on.
everything. I've learned more from that kid than anybody.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right, epic. I'm gonna get off Vinny's
All right,
lap.
man. Is there anything that we want? Like, do you have tour dates? Anything like any
Yeah,
projects?
so we're hitting Australia on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Then we come back and we're doing,
of this month.
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I'll be in LA rehearsing soon if you want to meet up if you're out there.
You know what? I live in Tennessee now.
Oh, like full time. Okay.
Yeah. Paul, remind me to plug the CKY Tour Dates in Australia in the intro.
Yeah, and then we're finally doing. It's been like a decade since we played Westchester, and we're coming back to Wilmington, Delaware, which is as good as I can get. It's like a town away.
Sure.
Because there's not really any music venues in Westchester anymore, which is a bummer. So yeah, we're doing Asbury Park after Australia in March, DC, Wilmington, Delaware, and somewhere in PA. I forget. I think it's York. I don't know.
Okay, I just show New York, PA. Now.
Yeah. It's horse and buggy land.
Where do people go to get the tickets?
Just CKYofficial.com.
Anything but StubHub? Or
Yeah, don't.
Like, God, I hate it when people are like, dude, why would you charge this much for a ticket?
I know,
Like,
dude. And they don't understand that it's not you doing it. You know?
Right. It's like literally scummy
Yeah.
scalpers.
Yeah.
Like,
One time we played a venue that Wolfgang Puck bought the bar of whatever venue this is. And beers were like worse than the Eagles game, you know, or like a football game. And people were like, what the hell? It's like, dude, I have nothing to do with the price of drinks here, you know?
okay, so one more time, where do people get the tickets?
CKYofficial.com.
CKYofficial.com.
Yeah.
Paul, remind me of that too.
Yeah.
All right, dude, man, what a fucking blast.
Dude, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, this was
I'm
fun.
so stoked we got to do this.
I'm just wondering if I'm going to have an emotional hangover for talking about Bam that much.
Don't worry about it. You're good.
Yeah. And dude, thank you for helping me navigate through all that shit.
I mean,
you were a
dude.
huge help, man.
Whenever you ever, like, think of it or want to or need it, like, please reach out to me, dude. I'm always here.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
appreciate
dog.
it, man.
Oh,
Thanks.
yeah, man.
Oh,
Much
yeah,
love,
thanks for
dude.
having me.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Dude, this was epic.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
All right. This is a street team, like, moment that's important. Didn't even mention why my day was so epic today. Well, this morning, Mr. Beast released a YouTube video that I'm rather prominently featured in. And I imagine it's going to get like 400 million views, something like that. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think that could be a little bit life-altering for me. I don't know. It's exciting. And then might as well spill the beans on this one. This light is still blue because that's the Mr. Beast, like, color code, man. And I'm sitting in the seat that Mr. Beast was in earlier today. And oh boy, is next week's episode with Mr. Beast a banger. I think this one was a banger too. And you know how I was talking with Jess Margera about maybe a potential Jackass? Well, it's now official, and it's going to be in theaters June 26th. Just look at Johnny Knoxville's Instagram. So in one day, today, Paramount Pictures greenlit Jackass return to movie theaters this summer. Plus, June 26th is the weekend before July 4th. Do you know in the summer it's like the biggest blockbusters? Like there's not a bigger weekend of the year to possibly be in a movie theater than the weekend before July 4th. That's staggering. The Mr. Beast thing is staggering. Like, And there's even more stuff, but that's not actually ready for me to blab about yet, okay? I mean, dude, this year might turn out to be. This year's like looking like it's gonna be just off the chain, dude.